Hello, I'm Advika Singh. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of Heritage Girls School to our 7th edition of TEDx. And firstly, I would like to start off by knowing something about your personal life.
Right. Hi, I'm Prerna and I'm a student of 11th grade. I study at Jayashree Parivar Global School and I'm a student of humanities there.
Is this your first experience or have you ever given a TED Talk before?
I have given a TED Talk. I gave it in Jodhpur earlier this year in May on the topic gross domestic happiness of Bhutan versus the gross domestic product of the world.
So, what is your inspiration for coming here and giving this talk at HGS?
I believe that teamwork and collaboration can help us achieve powerful things, and therefore the theme synergy really matches with that.
Can you just give us a brief rundown on your topic?
Sure. So I'll be talking about synergy in economics and how it affects from international trade to in the global context, and how by working together we are able to achieve powerful things.
Yes, well, that was all. Thank you so much for taking your time for this and good luck for your talk.
Thank you so much, Advika.
Welcome, Ms. Rishi Chhabra, to our 7th edition of the TEDx. I am Advika Singh here on behalf of Heritage Girls School to welcome you.
Thank you.
And firstly, I would like to start with, could you share something related to your professional life?
Sure. Thank you so much for the welcome. And so basically, I'm a doctor and I have done my cosmetology and trichology. And along with cosmetology and trichology, I also believe in healing. So I've done courses related to that as well. And we focus on charity because we do education for tribal girls. So this is the basic thing which we are doing in Udaipur as of now.
Yes. So, if you don't mind me asking, could you share something related to your personal life as well?
My hobbies and all?
Yeah, your hobbies and all.
So basically, I love to sing and I like to celebrate the moment, be in the moment. And we have been there associated with people, and it gives me happiness to, like as a doctor, how much ever I can help people around. So I do that.
So you're quite mindful, I would say. And so have you ever given TEDx, like any TEDx speech before, or is this your first time?
This is my first time ever and I'm very excited for it. This is my first TEDx speech, and I've heard great things about TEDx, and nothing can be better than starting from heritage.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm sure you'll do well. And what was your inspiration to, get into TEDx and to give this talk?
So, since childhood, I have been watching TEDx and I have been a big fan of it. And there are certain speeches or certain talks on TEDx which have motivated me quite a lot. And it was a wonderful opportunity when it came for me. So I was like, if I can make a difference in one life also, then why not?
Well, that's really amazing, I would say personally. And I would also like to ask that what is your topic about? Could you give us a brief rundown of your topic? Our theme this year is synergy. So how are you relating your topic to that?
So you have a wonderful theme, synergy, and my topic is inside beauty and outside beauty, synergy. So in synergy. And so how inside beauty complement the outside beauty and vice versa. And that's exactly what my topic is. How you can take care of your skin, being mindful about your skin.
Yes. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking your time. I hope that you will do well in the speech. TEDx, thank you so much.
Thank you for it.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm Advika Singh, here to welcome you on behalf of Heritage Girls School to our 7th edition of TEDx. We have Dr. Lieutenant Colonel Sangeeta Tiwari with us today. And firstly, I would like to start off by asking you some personal, something related to your personal and professional life.
Okay. By profession, I'm surgeon. I'm doctor, surgeon, retired from Army, Medical Corps, retired Lieutenant Colonel, presently serving as a head of department in general surgery, American Institute of Medical Sciences, Udaipur. Professionally, yes, I'm now teaching and educating all the medical students, surgical skill and medical profession.
Yes, ma'am. So your career, it has spanned over a number of years.
Yes.
So is there any memorable moment from any of these careers which you would like to share with us?
Yes. I served in Army for 14 years, and Army is such a good organization that groomed me a lot, that taught me discipline in my life and army make me understand कि how much potential I have mentally and physically. During my army tenure, I posted to foreign mission also to the Tajikistan, where I got the chance to meet our Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and I got the complete 7 minutes to talk with him, and he also motivated me to do service to the nation and to the society. When society give you so much things, then this is the time to pay back to the society.
Yes, ma'am. That's really wonderful. Now, coming back to TEDx, I would like to ask, is this your first experience or have you ever given a TEDx talk before?
No, this is my first experience, and thanks to Heritage Girls School, they have given me this chance. Yes, in my life, I got so many other things to do. Like I have done a documentary film, Women of My Billion, which was cited a story of 3 amazing women who after coming through bad past and they are doing so well in society. And yes, on the lighter note, I got the chance to meet Amitabh Bachchan also. I went in KBC. Of course, I did not want something prize there, but I got chance to hug Amitabh Bachchan.
Ma'am, actually, even I watched that episode with you in it. It must be really exciting to see, meet so many people. You met Narendra Modi, like
Yes.
the Prime Minister of our country. You met Amitabh Bachchan and so many people. So is there like any interaction with them which you really liked or your personal favorite?
Like when we meet with such icons or such a powerful persons, we feel कि we are imbibing some persona of those persons in us, and we try to become like that, and we got inspiration from these kind of icons to do something.
Yes, ma'am. So what inspired you to give this TED Talk here at Heritage Girls School today?
Actually, in last few years, I was just facing a little change in our adolescent behavior. They are using smartphones or technology. They are overusing, and this technology is empowering our adolescent, and they are going away from study and inclined towards the social medias. So my opinion, we want good leaders in future. We want scientists in future. If we will save the brain of adolescent from these technologies, then only we can get good leaders and good scientists. I'm not against technology. Technology is really good. I love play game. I love smartphone. I love social sites. But balancing between two is very, very much required.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, could you please give us a brief rundown of your topic and how you are relating it to our theme this year, Synergy?
Yeah. Today I'm talking on detox of phone in teens, screen time to self-time. I'm just promoting the balancing between real world to real world. I want to teach how we can balance between technology and studies, how we can do or save our brain becoming addicted to this technology. I'm giving guideline to parents also and guideline to our adolescent also, so that they can take a mindful decision to balance between the phone and study.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for giving us your time. I hope that your talk goes well. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Anna Garwal, and I would like to welcome Miss Megha, who is one of our speakers in TEDx. So, Miss Megha, I would like to start by asking you this question: that how are you feeling right now, since this is your first TEDx?
So this is my first TEDx in Heritage Girls School, and I'm feeling very proud because my TEDx topic is related somewhere to a personal experience. So I'm going to fulfill one of my family members' dream. So I'm waiting for that moment that when I'll go to stage and I'll deliver my speech with full confidence. So it's a very proud moment for me.
Okay, that's brilliant. So, what was your inspiration for this topic?
My inspiration is that I want to educate audience about something strange. I'm going to speak on a topic that people would have never heard. So my main aim was that I want to bring something very unique that will be informative and interesting for the audience.
Okay. So could you give us a brief rundown about your topic today?
Sure. So I'm going to speak on schizophrenia. It's a type of mental disorder and it happened to one of my family member. So I'm sharing a strange experience. With that, I'm also giving some conclusions and solutions for the other family members also.
Okay. So since your topic schizophrenia is not a very popular one, so could you give a brief description about this?
Yes. So, for example, if I am a schizophrenic, so a person who has schizophrenia, they can see people live in front of them, but you can't see them. And if I have schizophrenia, I can hear noises and voices of people, whereas you cannot even hear anything. So, it's all about someone's imagination and how they think.
Okay, that's very interesting. How many years have you spent in this school?
So this is my third year in Heritage. Before I had an idea about what is TED and TEDx, but when I came to Heritage, I got to know deeply that what TEDx actually is. It's a platform where you not only get to express yourself, but you can even share your own ideas and imagination.
Thank you
Thank you.
everyone. I wish you all the best. for
Thank
the-
you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Arna Garwal, and today we have Miss Amira, who is one of our TEDx speakers. So, Amira, we would like you to start by asking you that how are you feeling since it's your first TEDx?
Okay, so I'm excited but yet nervous, of course, because of the huge crowd. And since this is my first TEDx, so of course both the feelings are high right now.
So, what is your topic about? Can you give us a brief rundown?
This is an innovation topic, so this is something that came upon in the school itself. It occurred while we were studying something. It's basically about the abundance of gooseberries we have in our campus. So we thought about using it in an innovative way.
Okay, so how is it useful how is the innovation useful for the public?
So as you know, gooseberries, they have abundance benefits. So we have composed that with 2-3 more ingredients, and that's how it's health beneficial.
Okay, so what is the name of your innovation?
It's called Amla Tonic. So it's a drink that is composed of gooseberries, jaggeries, and some Indian spices.
So what was the inspiration behind this innovation?
The inspiration it came from the school itself because they had so many gooseberry trees. So we thought to make the best use out of it.
That's very sustainable. Thank you. Thank you for having us today.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Welcome to our 7th edition of Heritage Girls School TEDx. I'm here on behalf of Heritage Girls School to welcome you. And firstly, I would like to ask about your personal or professional life. Anything which you would like to share with us?
Okay. So basically, I am by profession, I am financial consultant, doing the practice since last 32 years. So I deal in stock markets, mutual funds, and all financial products. And with this, I am also professional in the music. So since 45 years, I have been playing my Hawaiian guitar. So when I was too small, my father used to take me for music classes.
I'm an artist. I love doing watercolors, oils, and I explore every medium which I can do. I practice almost like 5-6 hours a day, every day. Sundays I love to do more. And we usually go to beautiful places to inspire ourselves for new ideas.
It has been you have a lot of experience in your field.
Yeah.
So, is there any memorable moment which you had in those careers? Something which you are unable to forget, something which was heartwarming, or something which stuck with you? Something
Yeah,
memorable.
so important thing is recently we visited some places. So we generally used to visit the beautiful places and then after make the art on from them. So two places I went over that in US. So Bryce Canyon and Yellowstone National Parks. So when I went to Bryce Canyon, so my heart was full of love and full of notations. So on that side, naturally I got the compositions for my music. And at night I compose the music on Bryce Canyon. It's on the YouTube, and the name is My Journey to Heaven. Yeah.
About his dedication, I would like to tell you something. On the day of our marriage, when everyone was ready for Bharat, he was still playing because he does his riyaz every day, almost every day. And I get inspired from his dedication.
So you both are like very dedicated towards what you both do.
Yeah.
So is there something which sparked that interest in you? Like, you know, what made you so dedicated towards your music and towards your art?
Yeah, so it is, we have accepted this art as the penance for our life. So we do the sadhana every day in front of Saraswati Mata. So dedicatedly every day I used to play 2-3 hours, and Saturday Sunday I used to play for 4 to 5 hours. So we also practice in group on Sundays with tabla and other musicians.
Our son, who is now an architect, and his student, he plays Hans Veena. And he was so strict when he was young that he was in the day boarding school. He would go to the school at 6 in the morning and come 4-5 in the evening. And if he goes to sleep without doing his riyaz, he would wake him up and do the riyaz. He's so strict and he's so dedicated to the art, and we learn from him a lot.
So coming back to TEDx, is this like your first time giving a TEDx, or have you done it before?
No, this is the first time because
First time, and we have never talked about
yeah.
our art before.
Yeah, because we do the performances on the before the audience and all this, and we also arrange the camps, that art camps and everywhere. But like this arranged talk, we have never done this.
Yeah, we go to do the live workshops and live competition about his paintings and all in the heritage places and all. So we have got a nice group of friends we go with.
So what inspired you to give this talk?
So just we used to come over this place, and generally wherever I go, my music is with me and my guitar is with me, and ma'am's painting always there. So we do that, and so here we were doing that, and that somebody Tushar sir listened, and he liked Pooja ma'am and Tushar sir, and they liked our music, and that Shashank offered that can you speak in the TEDx? So he explained us about the TEDx and that motivational movement. So we accepted that. Yeah.
So could you please give us a brief rundown about what your topic is?
Yeah. Our topic is basically the intersection of painting and music. So where the painting, two different arts meet, and which creates the synergy. So that is the topic.
Thank you so much for giving us your time.
Welcome, Miss Monica. I am Advika Singh, here to welcome you to our 7th edition of this year's TEDx. And right now we have Miss Monica here today with us, who's an expert in the field of aviation. So first of all, I would like to start by asking you that could you please share something related to your personal or professional life?
Thank you so much, first of all, Advika, for the very humbling introduction. Yes. So I think I've always been that nerd kid at school and always wanted to do what the other professions and which are like the common ground set career goals which are set by our parents to do us, go in medicine, law, professional, in the corporate field. But then I always wanted to become a cabin crew, not a dream per se, but then I'm kind of person who is like, throw me in front of people, I'll excel. I'm not really good at those 9 to 5 screen-based kind of jobs, right? But then when I started flying, there's one major, very popular misconception amongst the population of our country is that our profession is only restricted to serving the coffee and the meals on board, right? We are just the dollies with the trolleys. So I think I am going to debunk that misconception today on my talk. So yes, that's one thing I wanted to put it out loud.
Ma'am, you are a professional in your field, so you have been working for many years. So is there any memorable moment which you had, like something that stuck with you, something heartwarming, anything?
Definitely. So every day, I think my profession is the only one in the world that has such level of change, right? I remember so many of such incidents happening every day because every day I meet new colleagues. The office is different because we're always up above in the skies. Also, the passengers who come on board are very different and new to us, right? So this one time, and it's always very etched in my memory. So this one time, since I was based out of Chennai during the initial years of my flying career, and I got pulled out for my Delhi flight, right? Now, I forgot to carry my cardigan, and then there were sudden changes to my roster and I was stranded at the Delhi airport. I was basically shivering out of cold, and this lady, she walks up to me and she gives me her stroll by saying that you do so much for us up in the skies and it's our turn to do the same for you. I couldn't thank her properly, but that memory is still etched in my, in my heart. So this is one thing that I've noticed, that universe is basically a journey. Whatever you give comes back to you. So in a world where you can be anything, just be kind.
Yes.
And it will definitely reciprocate in some way or the other.
Yes, ma'am. So like you said, your career, it is full of change. So like when you were very new into your career, did you ever think that the change, meeting so many people is overwhelming, or like did not feel overwhelmed?
So I personally loved the feeling of seeing new faces every day, because there is a saying that a man is known by the company he keeps, and as humans we are the sum total of all the experiences and the people we meet, right? So I think as a cabin crew we are the sum total of all the passengers, and I personally I'm just the sum total of all the passengers that I've met in life, right? Because people come from all walks of life, everyone has a different story to tell. If you just keep your ears open, you'll get to know and you'll get to learn a lot of things from people. So I think it has always been a boom for me to see so many faces and welcome them on board and learn from them. So it has always been nice to be working with different people. Yeah.
So ma'am, what's your inspiration for the TEDx talk which you will be giving today?
I think, like I've mentioned, first of all, debunking the misconception. Also, I did my research and I got to know that I am going to be the first ever cabin crew to be speaking on such platform. There are few pilots who have spoken on that TEDx platform, but none from my profession and my field. So I'm excited about that, and I think I'm going to be sharing a lot of stories with my flying career, the lessons that I've learned, all the stories that has shaped me as a person. So yes, about that.
Yes, ma'am, we can't wait to see you there giving that speech. And thank you so much for giving us your time. I hope that you do well for your TEDx speech. Thank you so much.
Most welcome, Advika. Thank you so much
ma'am.
for having me here.
Thank you.
Welcome to TEDx in Heritage Girls School. So I'd like to ask you a few questions regarding your visit here. Yeah, so first off, I'd like to start talking about your personal and professional life. Like, how would you compare a day in your professional life to a day in your personal life?
Okay, both are challenging and both are beautiful. And I think it's very important to have a balance between the both, because I have been married for 20 years now and I'm blessed with 2 daughters. And there's lots with them all throughout the day.
Yeah.
And when it comes to my professional life, yes, there's lots that I learn every day. Whenever I step out of the house to work, there's lots that I learn.
Yeah.
So I've been with aviation, and now that I'm into education, there's lots that I get to learn And then when I bring a bag full of knowledge back home, there's lots that I get to share with my girls as well. So it's good fun.
Good fun. So, how would you describe what brought you here to come and talk about, education and your TED Talk? What brought you over here? What told you about TEDx in Heritage Girls School?
So, yes, when I got the invitation to be a part of TEDx, I got super excited. One, because it's TEDx and it's my first time with TEDx. And also because there is an idea that I really want to share with everyone around. And I want it to reach every possible platform. So with that idea that I want to conceptualize, it's going to happen. I think it can get a good start if I share it with the audience.
Put it up there already.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
All right. So what inspired you to go into to becoming an educationist? What inspired you to go there?
A lot of things. Actually, I've been part of training. And so when I was with the aviation industry, I was into training, and I used to train people from different departments. And then I started training even students, and I realized that every age group has their own challenges. I started studying education. So I started my master's, and presently I'm pursuing my PhD in education. So there is lots that I need to still understand, and as I'm diving deep into it, I'm realizing that there's lots more that we need to do as far as student concerns are we consider those, and if we think of all the gaps that education has. So I think there is a lot of stuff that we need to work on, and I'm all motivated to work on all the possible models that can help students have better experience at school.
Yeah, that sounds amazing. Other than the education industry, have you worked in any other?
Yes, I said, aviation is where I have been associated to. So I started working when I was 18. And in fact, even before that, I've been a part of various internships and all. So I started working at an early age, I can say that. Yeah. But I kept studying as well. So I continued my education so that there's no gap left.
Yeah.
So I kept getting live experiences at my workplace, and at the same time, studying was also fun, and I kept exploring. It actually became a little addictive, when you start studying a particular subject and you start liking it, you just want to go more into it. And that's what has happened with me with this particular field. So education is actually something that's making me go deeper into it every time, so that I can find ways to bring smiles and on every student's face. And they should be happy when they go to school, every day, and they should come back happy. So there's lots that I feel that we need to do all over the world.
Could you share your perspective on studying? Because you see, as a student, not a lot of students find studying fun, right? So what made studying fun for you? You're saying it's addictive. So what made it addictive for you?
I think the particular topic that I'm talking about, I said I'm fond of studying the subject itself. So education is what is very addictive for me. It's a package, a complete package of various elements. So there's so much to understand. That what is education all about? Is it net surfing, finding some material, rote learning? Or is it to explore what's happening around you? Is it to travel around the world and gain knowledge? So there are various statements and definitions when it comes to studying or educating yourself. Why are we just sticking to books is what I want the world to understand. That we need to keep the books away, and we need to allow children to explore the world from a totally different perspective. And I think all of this has to be inculcated in schools. And so besides beautiful infrastructures that we have nowadays in schools, besides all the methodologies that schools are trying to implement, there are still many cases of mental health issues and depression, and lots more is happening. So why is that happening is what we need to figure out.
Try to like take it out,
Yes.
right?
So all those whys and why are so many things going wrong is what keeps me engaged with my subject.
Yeah, that was wonderful. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank
Yes,
you.
thank you.
Performances are shown to the community. TED Talks can also boost your public speaking career by providing a platform to share your ideas with a wide platform.
TEDx events make you more knowledgeable in a specific field, as you have access to a diversity of subjects and experiences. Being in a large room full of open-minded, intelligent people looking to improve the world is a buzz of its own. The people you meet at these events are the sort of people who make things happen. And the discussions are thought-provoking and expose your mind to some of the brilliant speakers of our society.
I would now like to invite our TEDx organizer, Mr. Osho Pandey, to give a brief introduction of our theme, Synergy.
First of all, I would like to thank you all for taking out time for our event. I would like to welcome you all to the 7th edition of TEDx, which is TEDx Heritage Girls School Synergy. So this year we have Synergy as our theme because Synergy is what is you're going to witness today. We have the ideas, innovations and experiences from different fields. We have speakers as young as a 9th grader, as well as individuals who have years and years of experience who are well established in their field. We have people who are working in the aviation industry. We have students. We have individuals working in the cosmetic world. We have individuals working in neurological world. So it's a whole plethora of a lot of different ideas, and when put together, it creates synergy. That's why the theme Synergy. Thank you all, and we welcome you to the 7th edition of TEDx Heritage Girls School. Thank you.